man is back.
Oh, okay, boys. Oh my gosh, the man got that stuff. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have the leopard. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But look at that, my God.
This is your boy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy Dash, True Inferno. Back at it with another Call of Duty Black Ops commentary gameplay for you guys. Black Ops 6, I forgot that part. But yeah, y'all know what this is, Black Ops 6. So yeah, here we go. You know we gotta talk about this. For those who've been living under a rock, or for those who are not into gaming, Microsoft is raising the prices of their Xbox products. Yes, you heard me right, and this had gone into effect already. So we have to talk about it. So before I give you guys my thoughts on this, let me give you guys the price changes. Now, keep in mind, the price change I'm about to name is for the United States only. However, they are raising the prices globally, worldwide. This ain't just a US thing. This is worldwide. Now, granted, I don't have the price changes for every single country out there, so I'm not going to go that far. However, I will announce the price changes for the United States. So, let's take a look at them. So, we got the Xbox Series S, the 512 gigabytes. So, this is the lowest of the low in terms of Xbox systems, a part of the current gen, that is. The old price was $300. The new price is $380. So, they raised it by $80. Now, let's take a look at the Xbox Series S, as in Sam, when I say S, as in Sam, 1 terabyte. Originally, that was $350. So it was $50 more than the 512 gigabytes. So basically half of 1 terabyte, more or less. Now, that mug is $430. So we're talking about a $80 increase. So yeah, same as the 512 gigabytes, pretty much. Okay. Is my math correct on that? Yes, $80. Yes, $80 increase. Okay, now let's get on to the big board, the Xbox Series X digital edition. I was unaware that there was a digital edition. But anywho, let's take a look at this real quick. Originally, it was $450. Now it's $550. So they raised that by $100. Now let's take a look at the actual Xbox Series X, which is actually what I got actually. Originally, it was $500. Now it's $600. And then we got the Xbox Series X 2 terabyte Galaxy Black Edition. I didn't know that was a thing until recently. Originally, that one was $600. And you probably think, oh, this will go to $700, right? Kind of. But it's more than that. It's now $730. That one took a $130 price increase, which is crazy. Now let's get on to the accessories. The Xbox wireless controller, so the regular one originally, oh, that price had been changed. So it's still $65. The color controller is still $70. Now, special edition, the Xbox wireless controller special edition, originally that one was $70. Now that one is $80. And it's like, I mean, special edition, I guess. And then you see what Nintendo doing with their controllers. So, whatever, I guess. Now, let's move on to the wireless controller limited edition, which was originally $80. Now it is $90. Okay, and then we got the Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2, which is the regular version of that. And that price remained the same at $150. Oh, but check this out. The Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2 Full, I don't know what that is. That one was $180. Now that mug is $200. And then we got the stereo headset, which is remaining at $65, which I think that's that crappy corded one. I don't know why anybody would get that. And then the wireless headset, on the other hand, was $110. Now it's $120. So they raised that by $10. And then here's the thing. They're also, by the end of the year, going to raise their games from $70 to $80. So there you go with that. And the reason for all this, tariffs. That's pretty much the gist of it all. Tariffs. And let's see. I thought that I forgot who was the original person that reported this, but also they talk about that the price increase will also hit up Sony. Like Sony will be next. Sony will be next in this whole price increase fiasco. So yeah, that's going to be very, very, very interesting. Now, in semi-related news, Gears of War is coming out with a new game. It's like a remake of the first one. I forgot the exact name of it, but they coming out with a game, Reloaded. That's what they call it, Reloaded. And it would be on PlayStation 5. That's crazy. So, let me get this straight. Xbox is raising the prices because of tariffs, which, I mean, well, I'll share my thoughts on that. So, they raised the price on tariffs, and then one of their exclusive they're going to put on Sony, on their competitor system, on the PlayStation 5. And I'm like, what? Now, by the way, let me backtrack real quick. Let's backtrack real quick. Let me get those prices again before I go into my thoughts on this whole situation. So, I just want to remind everybody that the Xbox Series X, 2 terabyte Galaxy Black Edition, which, like, there's nothing special about it in terms of specs or anything like that in comparison to the regular Xbox Series X. That mug is $730. Now I'm on PlayStation official website. So, I just want to point this out. As of right now, the PlayStation 5 Pro is $700, which is the most powerful console out right now. That's the most powerful gaming console out right now. Obviously, we're not including PC because we all know PC is king. So, outside of PC, when it comes to gaming consoles, the PlayStation 5 Pro is the most powerful console out now. And that mug is $20 less than the Xbox Series X Galaxy Black Edition. Like, again, the specs, nothing special about the specs in comparison to the Xbox Series X, which means that the PlayStation 5 Pro, which is a better system than the Xbox Series X, a much better system, costs less. So why would you get a Galaxy Black Edition when you just get the PlayStation 5 Pro, especially since Gears of War Reloaded is going to be played on that system? That's crazy. And also, I just want to point this out as well. The PlayStation 5 Digital Edition is $450 still at the moment. And then where's the other one? The PlayStation 5, the physical version, is still $500. And the PlayStation 5 is a better console in terms of specs wise. It's a better console rather than the Xbox Series X, which is $100 more. And then the digital version, obviously the PlayStation 5 digital is better than the Xbox Series X digital. And again, that price increase is crazy. It's crazy because it's $450 and then this one is $550. So yeah, it's $100 less rather. So yeah, you're better off getting a PlayStation. If you're trying to get a gaming console now, you're better off getting a PlayStation 5. I'm still not a fan of the Slim because of the crap they withheld from the Slim. I already talked about that in an old video. And I'm certainly not a fan of the 5 Pro because of the fact that they charge too much for it in combination with some of the stuff that they held back on that one. Like, I don't think it comes with a stand. You know, it should come with a game at this point. So, but nevertheless, if you have to get a gaming console between Xbox and PlayStation, you want a PlayStation right now. You want a PlayStation. To be honest, if you can find an OG PlayStation 5 or the OG PlayStation 5 Digital Edition, not the Slim crap, I would say go for that. But at this moment in time, if you can't find either one of those, you better off just getting a Slim, I guess, and you'll be fine. Now, let me share with you guys my thoughts on this whole situation with the Xbox. And my thing is, bruh, y'all got money because Xbox isn't the only thing that Microsoft is in. Obviously, Microsoft Windows, Microsoft is in PC, Microsoft got other things that it got his hands in. So it's like Microsoft got money and they don't need to raise prices because here's another thing. Microsoft is in last place when it comes to hardware, when it comes to games sold between Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony with the obviously Nintendo systems and the games and stuff like that. PlayStation with the games and the systems, and Xbox with the games and systems. Xbox is in dead last, and it's not even close. Xbox is in dead last because what Nintendo got? Nintendo got obviously they're gonna have a new system, so that would be the shiny. I can't talk. That would be the shiny new toy that everybody wants. I already pre-ordered mine, so I'm gonna get mine. even though I'll be out of town, which is funny. But yeah, nevertheless, that's happening. But nevertheless, that's the shiny new toy. And even without that, Nintendo got the exclusives. Nintendo got the best exclusives out of the three. Like, Sony got some pretty good ones themselves, but Nintendo got the best when it comes to exclusives. So it's like, okay, Nintendo got that, but when it comes to the best system in terms of specs and hardware and stuff like that, that's PlayStation. Sony got that on lock too. So the question is, what do Xbox got? Now, some of you might say Game Pass, and yeah, Game Pass for the most part is goated. I got Game Pass, but you don't need an Xbox system for Game Pass. You can just do that on your PC. You can do that on your PC. And I'm like, bruh, why would you need an Xbox? Like, it make no sense. I don't think an Xbox is going to sell, especially not at these prices. And what Microsoft should have done, they left the prices as is and bite the bullet, because knowing that Sony more likely will raise their prices, that would create more of an incentive for people to get an Xbox rather than a PlayStation. Because in that case, we can look at it like this. Nintendo got the exclusives, Sony got the hardware, but Xbox got the prices. But now that's not even the case anymore. So now it's like, yeah, nobody's going to buy, like, who would want to buy an Xbox? I'm glad I got mine already, but who would want to buy the Xbox right now? Nobody want to buy an Xbox. And they're going to miss out on the likes of Grand Theft Auto 6, which have been pushed back to May of next year, by the way. They're going to miss out on another Gears of War remake, or whatever the case may be. I'm not sure how many they came out with those, but they're going to miss out on that. They're going to miss out on a bunch of stuff on their actual Xbox system. So it's like, bruh. And then their games are now being shipped over to Sony. So Xbox exclusive are now being on PlayStation. And if PlayStation, even though the idea, the theory is that PlayStation will raise their prices, but imagine if they don't, and you're playing Xbox games on that. Oh, Xbox is done. Xbox, in terms of them making hardware, is done. They better off just making games for PlayStation and making games for Nintendo. And at this point, it's like the real competitor is PC. Like, yo, PC and Nintendo, because they're exclusives, until people become smart enough to realize, yo, wait a minute, I could hack my PC to play Nintendo games. Once people are smart enough to realize that, and smart enough to realize, yo, I can play online games for free on the PC, unless it's something like Final Fantasy, 14 or World of Warcraft, something like that, then that's another story. But they can do so much more on the PC, mods, and things of that nature. Gaming consoles are going to be obsolete. I said this when it came to the Nintendo Switch 2 and the fact that they raised the prices for the accessories, and the fact that they came out with $80 to $90 games now for the Switch 2. The end of gaming consoles is near. It's near. Like, yeah, Trump started that crap with this tariff fiasco. So y'all better hope and pray that something, because I know companies within America, they don't like it. They're trying to fight this. So you better hope that they win, or that this whole tariff crap lasts for 4 years. And then once Trump is gone, the tariff fiasco can be reverted back to how it was, and stuff can be more affordable, because this ain't it. Gaming consoles is on its deathbed right now. I don't care what anybody says. It is, because nobody's going to pay for this crap. Because keep in mind, video games are not the only thing that are being affected by tariffs. Other stuff are going to get hit up too. And some of those things are going to be more important for your life, more important for you to live in this world than a gaming console and the games. And it's going to come down to like, okay, what do I need right now? Do I need to fix my house, to get my car repaired, to do this, to do that, or do I need the game? And the answer is going to be all the other stuff that I mentioned outside of gaming. And gaming is going to be in a void somewhere. Console gaming, that is. And then people are going to be smart enough to say, well, you know what? It is cheaper, by the way, to play on the PC. I'm just going to be a PC gamer and go from there. And at that point, console gaming will be dead. I warn people about this. I'm going to continue to warn people about this. This is a continuous trend that gaming console is dying. And Hopefully it can last for 4 years, or these companies, and what I mean by these companies, I'm not talking about Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo. I'm not talking about those three. I'm talking about companies that legit are bred in America. Unless they fight against these terrorists and be like, yo, we can't survive like this because nobody buying our product, it's going to die. It's going to die. And now it could be revived if somebody comes out with a product and the price for it is low again. Then people, yeah, that would get people back into it. But as of this moment in time, console gaming rather, is on its deathbed. It really, really is. And I'm calling it rap now. So with all that said, y'all know who this is. This is your boy New J Gatsby, aka New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.